too bad. How are you?
Oh, all right. Not a bad day, is it?
No, it's quite pleasant.
Any chance of a refill?
Sure.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were particular about the garden. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're not, are you? Look, tell me to mind my own business, but is it your husband? Hey, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. It's me that should apologise. I'm sorry for interfering, me and my big mouth, eh?
I don't know what came over me.
Do you want to talk about it? I mean, you might just think I'm a nosy window cleaner, and you'd be right. But you can't trust me.
Thanks. Why'd you bother about us?
Because I like you. You know, you and the girls. Look, if you don't want to say anything, well, it's all right. I think I understand.
I think we're going to lose the house.
But I thought they put you here because it's a safe house. I mean, where are you going to move to?
Don't know. I told the people who own the house that my husband was gone forever. Looks like I did too good a job. We're not a priority anymore.
And has he definitely gone forever?
Yeah. But I don't want to lose that house, and we don't know what to do.
Place holds too many memories, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel this something.
Here you go. See ya.
Why are you doing this to me?
What?
What? Tormenting me by going out with our Michael?
I'm not doing it to torment you. He's a nice lad. You should be very proud.
Oh, don't give me that. Haven't you got any feelings for me at all?
We had a bit of fun, and you packed me in.
I didn't pack you in. I was forced to put an end to it all because of all the upset it was causing. For God's sake, Bev, I still feel the same way about you. And now you're torturing me like this.
Oh, don't talk soft. Why would I do that?
I don't know. But I do know I can't take seeing you every day, knowing you're going out with my son. Maybe if he didn't work here anymore.
I've got rent to pay on that flat that you were so keen to find me. I need to work here.
Then stop seeing our Michael.
Oh, threatening me now, are you? Pack him in or pack the job in?
No.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
Hi, love. Thanks very much.
Very much.
There you go. All right, Mr. Manager. Oh, I've gone from my window money, haven't I?
Oh, right.
Hey, is that woman left these?
No, it's a letter I got off Fran. She sent me some photos of, you know, her and little Stephen.
Oh, little Steve-o, eh? Ah, he's a fine-looking lad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I signed that there.
Right. Nope.
Albert Parr.
Yeah, well, I don't want the taxman on me back, do I? Besides, it's no skin off your nose, is it? Hey, whatever happened to that Fran? I thought you two were a couple.
Ah, didn't work out, did it? She's moved on.
Oh, that's a shame, that. She was a nice girl, eh?
Yeah, well, she's probably better off away from here. Hey, we going to go out tonight, or what?
Oh, yeah, nice one. Be sitting round in the flat, I suppose.
Well, you do us a favour, then. Go and get us some money, because I'm going to be stuck in here all day. Get us 40 quid, right? Here's me card. Yeah. And here's the number.
Right. Tell you what, I'll call before you shut, eh? We can get straight off, then.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw that cop around here again the other day. What's he sniffing about for?
Oh, he's been promoted, hasn't he? He's showing off.
Yeah, very sensitive of him.
Yeah. Well, he'll go and find somebody else to harass, I suppose.
Right.
I wish Fran hadn't moved on.
Well, don't you know where she is?
Nah. First I knew she was alive was when I got this letter.
Well, doesn't the postmark give you the clue, then?
Smudged. Could be anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Is he? Washing up. Like to put the kettle on?
Yeah, tea or coffee?
Oh, tea, please.
Where's Dad?
Gone to get some DIY stuff. Don't ask, because I didn't ask him. I think it's just some picture books. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
So he's not planning on refitting the kitchen or anything, then?
God forbid, no. We are settling in nice and gently. So, How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just in need of a moderately sized suitcase. Mine's in Florida with Max and Thomas.
Oh, I think we can help you. Have you heard from Max yet?
Yeah, as soon as they arrived. They had a good flight, no delays. Wish I was with them, really, but needs must.
What time are you going to London?
Oh, I want to be at the station about 8-ish.
Oh, you've got bags of time. And when are you coming back?
I should be by the weekend.
Oh, so you'll be home before Max, then?
Oh, yeah, I want to be here to welcome them home.
I bet Thomas is having the time of his life.
I bet Max is, too.
Pity you couldn't go with.
I know, but this client really is important to us.
Still, it's better that Max is over there rather than mooning about here, getting worried about Matthew and Emily.
We don't have to endure any more visits from Susanna.
Oh, I am just so glad that's resolved itself reasonably.
Eventually. It's all my own fault, really. I should have listened to you all those years ago.
What about?
Not getting involved with a married man. Then I met Max.
Are you off out tonight, then?
How did you guess?
I can't get in the bathroom for hours. Let me do. It smells like a brothel.
Sorry. Thought I had the house to myself this afternoon.
So where you off to, then?
Just out?
Another blind date, is it?
What about you?
Yeah, but I don't know where yet, though.
Who's the unfortunate girl this week?
Cheeky. It's Bev after my dad's shop, actually. But he's been a bit weird about it.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to, like... He's not bothered about who he's been out with before, but he's throwing a wobble at this time.
Oh. Perhaps he knows something about her that you don't.
Yeah, I doubt it. I think he sees it as an extension of his till. You know, his property.
Ta-ra, kids.
Cheers.
Why don't you go home, Ron? I can manage here.
Oh, yeah. And how would that help?
You look terrible. Go and get some rest.
I can't rest, can I? My head's spinning with it all. You could at least help by not going out without Michael.
Oh, what am I supposed to say? Oh, I can't see you anymore because your dad's jealous.
Don't talk soft. Just stop seeing him. Please.
It's not as easy as that, though, is it?
Of course it is. Please, Bev.
Sorry to disturb you. It's just that I might have an idea how to help with your problem.
Go on.
Trevor's gone forever. Well, the problem is, you've convinced the charity that run this house.
Shackletons.
Yeah, you've convinced them that Trevor's no longer a threat. And they're now saying, great, can we have our safe house back, please?
Yes, but it's very awkward for us to leave this house.
Right.
So, what's your idea?
I was talking to a mate of mine earlier. Not about you. But anyway, he got a letter from this old girlfriend of his who'd gone away. And he said that the only way that he knows that she's still alive is when he hears from her through the post.
So?
Well, if this charity thought you were still in danger from your husband, he'd let you stay here, wouldn't he?
Dunno, I suppose so, but we're not in danger anymore, not from Trevor.
So who, besides you, knows that?
Beth and you.
So suppose Trevor was to write threatening letters to the Shackletons, saying that he was still looking for you.
But Trevor's...
He's not going to write threatening letters.
No, definitely not.
But somebody else can. On his behalf. So you can continue the threats. You only need his signature at the end of the letter. Think about it. Over a cup of tea.
Right.
Hiya, you all right?
Hello? Again?
Come here. Come on. I want a word with you. What's up with you? Look, haven't I already got enough problems on my mind with your mother without you giving me more to worry about knocking around with her?
Well, what's that got to do with you?
Michael, I'm your father, and I care about you and who you go out with. And I'm telling you, son, forget about her. She is trouble. Her sister Lynn told me about her. She's a bit of a minx.
A minx? I don't believe this. What's wrong with her?
Listen, son, she's a lot older than you, I'm telling you. And I don't mean just in age. She's not your type.
And who is my type, like?
Well, not her.
Dad, she's single, she's got her own place. I'm even going to help her decorate it. We get on really well. Look, Dad, I appreciate your concern, but there's no problem.
Look, I believe she's been out with loads of blokes, you know. Some of them are married men.
Well, what does that matter? Dad, I'm not daft. I know about safe sex and all that. Look, thanks for the advice, but don't worry about it, okay?
think it's worth a try. If they think Trevor's still a threat, how could they move us out?
And nobody need know that the letters weren't from Trevor.
They'd have to be posted quite away from here for this house still to be deemed safe.
No problem.
Look, I shouldn't be involving you. I don't want to get you into trouble.
You won't. Because it'll work. All you'll have to do is go away and think of what you're going to write. And when you're ready, give us a shout, and I'll make sure that it's posted from somewhere miles away.
Thanks. Really appreciate this.
All right, no problem. Honest.
Hello, Ron. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I've come to see my wife. It's not an awkward time or anything, is it?
I'm afraid it is. She's got a doctor with her at the moment.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'll wait. I could do with talking to the doc anyway, see how she is. Then I'll see Dee Dee.
Ron, it's embarrassing for me to have to tell you, but Deborah doesn't want to see you. She's told me so herself.
But I need to talk to her, to explain things. Just for 5 minutes.
The sisters in charge say it's best not to pressurize her. Her welfare's paramount. You agree with that, don't you?
Yes, of course I do. That's why I've come round. But I just think if I can explain the situation to her, it'll help her recovery.
Just be patient, Ron. I'm sure all will be well in time. She's in very good hands.
Yes, look, I don't doubt that, Father, but I think I know a little bit more about my own wife than the sisters.
Well, the sisters have a great deal of experience in dealing with the sick. Sometimes an objective approach is needed. I mean, you might think you know best, but you may just be too close to the problem to help. Leave her for the time being, please.
No. Look, I want to see her, and I want to see her now.
Ron, I can't let you in. She's told me she doesn't want to see you, and I have to respect that.
Father, I'm at the end of my tether here.
Look, I do feel dreadful about this. She'll see the children. You can pass messages through them. If she's on the verge of a breakdown, we don't want to push her over the edge now, do we?
But that's just what I'm trying to prevent. I just need to talk things over with her, just explain things.
Sorry, Ron. There's nothing else I can do.
What time do you call this, eh? If we're going out on the sniff, you've got to make it earlier start.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, mate. I got tied up with someone. I couldn't get away.
What's the matter? Someone knocked cough up with the window money?
Yeah, something like that, you know. Anyway, he's not down for you tonight, maybe with me and some brute.
I've got a feeling tonight's going to be my lucky night. Pub, club, who knows what, eh? Do you get me money?
No, sorry, I didn't get a chance to get it.
Oh, why not? What have you been doing all day?
I haven't been doing anything.
You're playing your cards very close to your chest these days, aren't you? Come on, spill the beans.
Well, just went round to the Jordashes, that's all. No big deal.
Oh, you're getting very matey with them all of a sudden, aren't you? Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be stupid. I'm just helping them out, that's all.
Oh, I see. Getting your evidence together, are you?
You are?
You, Inspector Morse. Still investigating the case of the blood-stained carpet tiles, are you?
Yeah, well, that was just me getting carried away. Take no notice.
Oh, I see. You're spending a lot of time round there lately, aren't you? I mean, what's all the sudden interest? Sniffing, are you?
There was no sudden interest. They just happened to be a normal, quiet family who I happened to be friendly with. Mandy asked me to do a few jobs, that's all. All right. Satisfied.
All right. Keep your hair on.
So you're Alan?
Yes. I'm sorry when Joe introduced us, I didn't quite catch your name.
Alan Jones. I'm very pleased to meet you, Alan.
What do you do?
I've got a painting and decorating business. We do a lot of licensed premises. That's how I first met Joe.
I wasn't asking that. I can see you're all right.
Depends what you call all right, doesn't it? I'm a married man. Some people would say, well, I shouldn't be in a club like this with a beautiful young lady such as yourself.
Well, there's no harm in conversation, is there? Particularly when you're in a town where you don't know many people.
That's exactly the way I see it. And where are you from, Anna?
I'm Polish, but I've lived in England for over 4 years now.
And you live locally?
No. So you're a painter and decorator?
Yes, and it's not worth talking about. So what do you do when you're not doing this?
Oh, wash my hair, watch television, do my ironing.
Come on. You know what I mean. Do you have a day job? Family to look after? Things like that?
No, no day job. And my family's all in Poland, so I'm on my own. This is my only job.
That sounds a bit sad.
Well, to be honest, I've only just started. I haven't really got a fixed routine yet.
Oh, I didn't realize you were new to it. You'll do well.
Thank you. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do it at all, but I needed the money, and the 1 or 2 men I've met so far have been great.
Well, I hope I'm included in that.
Of course.
Good. Everybody needs to earn a living as best they can nowadays, don't they?
We all have to eat.
And drink. Let's have another one and then plan what to do for the rest of the evening.
I don't know what you mean.
Anna, you'll never starve. I'll get some drinks, and we'll talk about where we go from here. So I always say bigamy is having one wife too many, and monogamy is the same thing.
You must love her, really.
Yeah, she's all right. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
25. How about you?
45, but hardly used, one careful owner.
That sounds like a very well-used line.
No, I don't get away that often. Though when I'm at home, I spend most of my time running the business, so I don't do this very much at all. I just get bored on my own in hotels.
I believe you.
Anna, would I lie to you? We go back a long way.
Oh, must be nearly 2 hours now.
Anna Volska.
Yes, Alan Jones.
Let's move on somewhere else.
Where to?
What about going back to my hotel for a few drinks, bite to eat?
I really should stay here with you.
I know the score. Don't worry about that. I don't mind paying you directly for your free time, and, well, Joe Hassel doesn't have to know. Do I look like a mad axeman?
No, no, of course not.
Well, what's the problem then? It's money straight into your purse, and I could murder a sandwich.
Yes, I could.
Great. Let's go then.
I can't stay out too late.
Oh, just leave whenever you want to.
Bye, darling. I can't wait to see you both. Bye. Bye.
Everything all right, then?
Yeah, terrific. They're having a whale of a time, and the weather's a bit better than here.
You shouldn't have to be dashing off on a bank holiday. You should be relaxing like everybody else.
Business, Mum.
Do you want something to eat before you go?
No, I'll get something on the train. Right, now I'm feeling a little less guilty about neglecting my own family. I'll get going.
Don't go neglecting yourself. Don't work too hard.
I'm a big girl now, Mum.
Yes, and I'm still your mother. Bye, love.
I really should be going now.
Oh, so soon?
I think so.
Oh, well, if you must. Thanks for coming back. I think hotel rooms are the loneliest places of all, when you're on your own, in a strange town.
Sorry to have to leave you. I have enjoyed your company.
Right then. It's time I paid my debts. 2 extra hours, all right?
Yes, that's fine.
And it's just our own private arrangement.
Oh, I won't say anything to Joe.
How much would you want to stay the night? Oh, just a discreet private arrangement. No pressure if you don't want to.
Could I use your bathroom, please?
Of course.
How much will you give me to stay?
How much would you want?
I don't know.
Look, it's entirely up to you if you stay or not. I've had a great time with you, and I just thought, well, I'd like to sleep with you.
£50?
All right. Great.
Oh, all right.
Hi.
Dirty stop out.
What do you mean?
You staying out all night?
Actually, I've got myself a new job behind the bar in a hotel.
Oh, and I thought you'd found yourself a fella.
No, I had to work very late, so I went home with one of the other bar girls and stayed at her place.
Ah, well, saves you spending all your money on taxis, doesn't it?
I am going to have a word with Ron about me giving up the florist, otherwise I'm not going to get anything done. Well, there's nothing from Max in America.
Well, give him a chance. He's there for a few days yet.
Well, there's nothing from Patricia in London either. And she didn't phone again last night, and she said she would.
She said she'd try. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Right, now let's have a look and see what the neighbours have been up to during the night.
I would have at least expected a postcard from Max and Thomas in Disney World.
Hello, that's odd. There's Max's car in their drive.
They're not due back until the end of next week.
Well, perhaps he's going to deliver your card by hand.
Do you think there's something wrong with Thomas? Do you think we should go over?
No, perhaps we ought to get dressed first.
Do you think I'll die if I eat any of this mould?
Well, why don't you go round to the shop and get some fresh bread?
No housekeeping money, have we?
Here, put that in the kitty towards the housekeeping.
20 buff?
But yes, it'll make up for the times I wasn't able to pay my share.
Are you sure?
We had a really busy evening in the bar last night. We made a lot of tips.
Well, is it all right if I get some other stuff to eat as well?
Get whatever you want. It's there to be spent.
Nice one. Well, I'll just get a bath first and I'll go down the shops, eh?
Mike, do you mind if I have a bath first?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, that's right. This is Susanna Farnham, room 240. Well, look, could you try somewhere else? Try the bar. Try the swimming pool. Just try somewhere.
Hi. Hello, Max. We saw your car in the drive. Is everything all right?
Yes, we just came back early.
Has anything happened to Thomas?
No, he's fine. Look, you better come in, but look, we'll have to be quiet. He's tired out after all that travelling, and he's fast asleep.
What on earth are Matthew and Emily doing here?
I thought they were supposed to be in America with Susanna.
72, please. Aren't you in the police?
Is that obvious, is it?
You were around when Sue Sullivan got pushed off that scaffolding, weren't you?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was due to open that day, you know. Cost me a packet, that lot did.
Yeah, well, it cost Sue Sullivan a lot, too.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Didn't mean any disrespect, like.
No, it's all right. Tell me, you don't happen to know what time there's normally someone around that nightclub, do you?
Yeah, any time now, probably.
Has it caused you any problems since it opened?
Hey, listen. If that place was the only cause of trouble in my life, I'd be laughing, I tell you.
No druggies hanging around, no?
Well, you can't tell these days, can you? I mean, all the kids look the same whether they're on something or not. All right, so, 65, please, mate.
Thanks. Would you have a few minutes to spare later on?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Where will I find you?
I'll be up in my flat. You know where that is, don't you?
See you.
Yeah, ta-da.
I've written it as if it's from Trevor, as if he's threatening to come after us, you know, like you said.
Yeah?
I think it'll work. If the Shackletons think he's out there somewhere and he's looking for us, they should keep us here indefinitely.
Yeah.
You read it?
Well, no, I thought, well, it's sort of personal stuff, isn't it?
I'll tell you what it says. I know you're hiding my wife and children, then the F word. I'm not stupid and I'll find them, you'll see. Signed, Trevor Jordache.
Well, it sounds real. How about putting, I know my rights or something at the end?
Yeah, sounds good.
Listen, would it be easier if somebody else wrote it out for you?
Oh, who else can I get?
We want the Shackletons to think that Trevor's still going to come looking for you, don't we?
That's right.
But we know that Trevor's gone away for good.
That's right.
And he won't be coming back.
He won't, no.
So if we write this letter, they'll let you stay in this house for good.
What we want more than anything.
Give us the pen and a new piece of paper.
Your mate Barry Grant's doing very well for himself, isn't he? Flash club. Full of flash women, I suppose.
Is that what you've come up here to talk about?
And all a few yards from where you lost your wife. I was just wondering how you feel about that, that's all.
The club's Barry's business, not mine. You're being nosy, aren't you?
Isn't this that friend of your wife's, the witness at the trial?
Yeah, that's right.
Fran Pearson, right?
Oh, well remembered.
And Barry Grant was the father of this baby.
So you haven't forgotten that, eh?
It's a bit odd, isn't it? You being the one with a picture of these two.
Not really, no.
You're an odd pair, you and Barry Grant. You share a lot, don't you? Maybe even secrets. Who knows?
She was Sue's friend, and a good friend to me when I needed her.
Your mate Barry.
Look, is this going to take long? Because I do have to go to work, you know.
I've always believed he killed your wife and child, you know.
Either tell me what you want or do one, all right?
I wouldn't mind having another word with Fran Pearson.
Well, she doesn't live round here anymore, and I don't know where she is, so don't ask, all right?
We spent a couple of days in Disney World, and I couldn't get Matthew and Emily out of my mind. So I decided to take Thomas to go and see them.
But I thought they were up in Boston.
They were.
That must be 1,000 miles from Florida.
Getting an internal flight in the States is like getting a bus. So we just turned up at her hotel and announced. Come on. Had a little talk. I think she thought I came especially to clear the air.
I can't believe you kidnapped your own children.
Well, I can't believe it myself. All the time I kept talking to her. I knew I was lying. She let me take them out to lunch. I knew I wasn't going to take them back. So, got the connection back to Orlando and flew straight home.
How can you take two children out of America without their mother's permission?
Well, I was expecting the CIA or the FBI to drag us off the plane, but nobody bothered. See, they're on my passport, you see. Hello? Yes, Miss Susanna Farnham, please. Room 240. I've been trying to call her ever since we landed.
She must be worried sick.
I left a message, so she knows at least they're safe with me.
A message, Max. That's very thoughtful.
And what about Patricia? Goodness knows what she's going to say when she finds out. Have you got a contact number for her in London?
No, we don't need to tell her yet, do we? I mean, she doesn't need to know till she gets home.
She ought to be told.
Contact number for her somewhere. Yes? All right, well, look. The moment she gets in, will you please tell her to call Max in England? Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
There it is.
It's ringing. Max, what on earth were you thinking of?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking, was I? I wouldn't have got myself in this mess if I'd have been thinking.
She's not there. What have you done, Max? What have you done?
There you go.
Seen your mother lately?
No, not since the weekend.
She still won't see me, you know.
Why don't you sign up and sign, see you?
Oh, are you? Past them killer nuns on the door, like.
Well, I could help you. We could go today, in fact. Just get this lot back to the house and we'll go, eh?
Aye, all right, yeah, we will. 16.80, please. Call it 16.
Right, and a box of them mint chocolates as well, please.
Ah, yeah. Little present for Anna, is it?
No, they're for Bev, actually.
Enough for sale. Not having you buying Beverly chocolates. Because you're family and she's staff, that's why. Never mix business with pleasure. Hello, love. What can I do for you?
I'm sorry to bother you, Ron, but I've got a problem.
Fire away, my love.
I have just got so much to do trying to move into the new bungalow that I don't have time to run the florist. What would you say to shutting it temporarily?
Jean, for all I care at the moment, love, they can blow the place up.
Oh. Right, then. Well, leave it like that, then, shall we? I'm sorry to have let you down.
No problem. Right. Let's get round to that convent, shall we? Storm our way in.
Well, you must be doing something right, because I had a call back from a very satisfied client this morning. He wanted to book you for the next time he's in town.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it?
It is for me because it's good for business in the club. So if you're into it, I'll see if I can set you up again for later in the week. Mind you, I'd rather you kept the client drinking in the club for as long as possible. It's us who wants the money, not some hotel in town.
It's just not very easy with me knowing so many people here.
You'll be all right. Just be discreet, especially as far as Barry Grant's concerned. He knows nothing about our little arrangements. We keep them private, OK?
OK.
Never done anything like this before.
Neither have I. Can't just stick it in a post box round here, can we? Should be from somewhere far away, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about that. See, Frank Rogers across the road, he's a long-distance lorry driver, and he could post it from somewhere miles away for us.
I don't think we should involve anyone else.
It won't make any difference to Frank. I'll just say it's a favour for a mate. Have a go, eh?
Well, only if you're sure.
There's no harm in asking.
Visitor.
Back again, are we?
Looks like.
I'll tell you what. If you're that interested in the club, how about a free membership?
You got another rave on here tonight, yes?
There'll be a few people in here enjoying themselves, yeah?
Funny, I never thought of you as the rave mob type.
I'm not any type.
Right. Bye, then. I'll be in touch.
Yes, thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello again. Do you need me for anything, Barry?
No, I think we can manage.
I'll be through in the office if you want me. I've got something for you to do, Jimmy, while you're doing nothing.
So this rave's going to go on again tonight, is it?
Well, there's no need to cancel it, is there?
I don't know how you can do it, do you know that? Having gangs of marauding kids here every night. It's a bit like dancing on someone's grave, isn't it?
What's that supposed to mean?
You built a nightclub 10 yards away from where your best mate's wife and child were murdered. That's what it means.
Yeah, well, life goes on, doesn't it?
Not for Mrs. Sullivan and her young boy. And the unborn child inside her, it doesn't.
Well, it happened. You can't run away from things all your life, can you?
You did. You ran.
I went to Spain. On business.
I've just been talking to Mr. Sullivan.
Oh, I? Bet he was made up to see you, wasn't he?
I was talking to him about your ex-girlfriend and, Barry Grant Jr.
Stephen? What's he got to do with anything?
Nothing. He's just the son of a key witness at Sue Sullivan's murder trial. That's all. And now his mother's living away in some secret place somewhere.
Well, she can live where she wants.
Yeah, but I bet you miss watching your lad grow up, don't you?
Of course I do, yeah. That's not a crime, is it?
No. None at all. It's just that these little things interest me, you see. It helps make for a broader picture, doesn't it?
Right, well, if you've got no problem about this club and the law, I've got work to do. Show you the way out?
No, thank you. I can find my own way out. Thank you very much. I have an excellent memory. I'll call back and see you again. Soon.
How'd you get on?
Well, Frank's on a night run tonight, so we'll post it from wherever he ends up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he knows not to send it round here.
Oh, look, don't worry. Frank's dead sound, honest to God. He'll post it from somewhere miles away. Right, better get back to my caretaking then.
Thanks again.
Don't worry. Let's just hope it does the trick now, eh? See ya.
Bye.
Listen, Jimmy, while Barry's not about, I want a word.
Why? What's up?
I don't know if you've sussed it yet, but this club's got money problems. And I'm in big style.
Well, I thought we were doing all right.
Well, we're not. And if Barry carries on the way he's going now, you'll be out of a job before you know it.
You what? Listen, this place should be a little gold mine, do you know that?
It could be if it wasn't for Barry trying to make money running stupid raves for kids. We're not going to get rich on their pocket money, are we?
No, I suppose we're not.
It's not good for business him upsetting the place. I thought you should know in advance. He's got no future in this place.
I thought you were equal partners.
We're nearly bankrupt. He owns half of nothing.
Well, where does that leave me then, boss?
Well, basically, I'll look after you when the time comes. As long as between now and then you look after me.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to stitch Barry up, you know. It was him that gave me this job in the first place.
Who's going to pay your wages when Barry's off the scene?
You?
So you know whose side you should be on. Your CID friend seems very interested in you.
He's just warned us about underage drinking, that's all.
I hope so. Because we can do with that aggravation from the police, on top of everything else.
What's up with your kipper?
No. Always look like this, boss.
She won't want to see me, you know. I'm sure she won't.
Dad, it's you that wants to see her. This is it. Look, just go for it. See if you can make it up with it.
Thanks for this, son.
Mum, I brought my dad to see you.
Good to see you, love.
Right, I'll wait outside. Let you two talk.
I've had a word with Ron. He was a bit abrupt, but he's agreed that we should close the shop for a while.
Well, at least that's one less thing to worry about.
Missed her, I must have. Probably be in mid-flight by now.
Halfway across the Atlantic, cursing you blind, I shouldn't wonder.
Well, she's no right. Because I'm within my rights. We had no written agreement for her to take the children to America because I did not sign my consent.
Susanna's going to want to come and take the children back, Max. You know that, don't you? She's bound to.
I know. I just don't want to lose them again, that's all.
I presume you didn't come just to stare out the window.
I've come because I wanted to talk to you about Bev. I wanted to explain.
I've been thinking a lot about Bev. I've decided when she gets sick of you, she goes looking for someone younger, you'll know how I felt.
There's nothing happening between us, love.
Didn't seem like that when I saw you kissing her.
I mean, there's nothing happening between us now. I mean, anymore.
Have you come begging forgiveness?
I just want you to know how stupid I feel now. How stupid I was getting involved with it in the first place.
I suppose if I'd been good enough for you, you wouldn't have had to go scratching around for something younger, would you?
Dee? I didn't go scratching around anybody, love. Look, I really think this place is no good for you, you know. Why don't you come on with me now?
Leave them.
But you're only hiding behind all this mumbo-jumbo stuff. I want you back in the real world.
Leave them.
Love, please, can't we have just one more try? The kids will be behind us all the way, honest. Can't we just forget all about Bev?
Fancy falling over yourself for a 21-year-old. Maybe if you hadn't married me, you might have met someone who would have stayed young forever. Sorry I spoiled your life for so long.
Why won't you even listen to me?
You want a different life now to the one you had with me. Just get on with it, will you? Just go and do it.
What about the kids?
They can come visit whenever they want.
What about me?
I miss you, you know. Shut the door after you, please.
So that's it, is it, Dee? After 20 years of marriage, just Shut the door after you.
You heard.
Any word on the lady wife, Ron?
Who, Dee Dee? Still not 100%.
She'll be home soon, won't she?
Hard to tell. You know it is.
And where's the lovely Bev today? You haven't given her the sack, have you?
No, she's supposed to be in.
She's taken advantage of your good nature, do you know that? Days off when she feels like it.
Actually, I think she might be feeling a bit under the weather herself. I was going to nip round there, see if she needed anything.
Hey, I'll cover for you if you want.
Somo.
Oh, all right. Oh, aye, Tess. Hey, bit of extra business your way today at the petrol station.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Bonnie. Shutting up shop, isn't he? Going round to see the lovely Bev with the What's it? A bottle of Lucasade and a bunch of grapes.
Jimmy, haven't you got a life to be getting on with?
I'm going. See yous.
See you, Jim. Bev not well, then? I'm not sure, really, Tess. I was just looking after the welfare of me staff, that's all.
Oh, yeah, like you did that night I walked her home. See ya, Romeo Ron.
Sorry, love, I'm closed.
You're not shut, are you?
Sorry, Maxie. Gonna get a shift on.
Dad, you said we could have sweets?
Yes. Look, we'll go to the petrol station. At least they sell sweets there, don't they? Got enough money for toys? Money for sweets, that's all you're trying to get.
I hope you're in the mood for a real sickener.
Try me.
You haven't got access to 25 grand, have you?
Well, not in my back pocket, no.
This isn't a joke.
Well, what do I need access to 25 grand for?
Because I've been through our accounts about 8 times now. And the bottom line is we've got about 2 weeks left before we have to shut this place. Maybe 3 at the most.
Well, why do I need to get the money?
I've already got mine lined up. I've got to find 25 grand, the same as you.
And what if we don't?
The debt collectors move in. We've got no choice. We either top up the accounts or we're minus the club.
25k. It's a lot of money.
We've got a lot of debts.
All right, All right, birthday boy. How's it going?
I've had better days.
Oh, what's up?
Has Joe said anything to you about the club closing down?
No. Said there was a few problems with business being slack and all that.
Slack? Business is non-existent, Jimmy.
Well, there's a recession on, isn't there, eh? Anyway, only behind on a few bills, aren't we?
50 grand's worth.
50 grand?
Yeah, she just asked me for 25 grand up front.
Have you got it?
Well, have you got it? She's trying to force me into a corner, isn't she? Splits up the partnership, then she ends up with everything.
I thought you owned this place.
I own the building, but I only own half the business. That means I own half the debts as well, doesn't it?
Well, listen, that explains something, that. She offered me a job. You know, she said if you had to drop out for any reason, like, she'd see that I was all right.
Oh, well, thanks very much for telling me, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, I was going to, wasn't I? I mean, this is just the first chance I've had.
And how many times have I bailed you out, eh?
Yeah, OK, all right, I know. A couple, I suppose.
Yeah, and the rest. Now, listen. If she's trying to screw me out of this club, I'm going to need someone on my side. Someone I can trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no sweat, yeah. Unless somebody be able to pay me, like, you know, I thought you had nothing.
Look, I'll see you all right. I'm going out for a bit now anyway. Clear my head. See if I can think what it is she's up to. And don't forget whose side you're on.
Hey, I'm your man. No worries on that score, boss.
Barry not about?
He's just shot out. Said he wants to clear his head.
Got something on his mind, has he?
25 grand, I'd say.
Good. He must be worried about it if he's telling you. What did he say? Did he reckon he could find it?
Well, he didn't say much, really. You know what Barry's like.
Well, keep your ears open. And don't forget whose side you're on.
Will do. Can rely on me, boss.
Have you still got some homework to do?
Some, yeah.
Well, be a good girl, get it all finished for me.
Okay, I know when I'm not wanted.
I've got something I want to show you, Mandy.
What is it?
We've had this sent to us.
Who from?
Well, from Trevor.
Trevor?
I'm afraid he uses some rather strong threats in it. And strong language.
I recognise the writing and the threats.
It isn't very pleasant, but I thought you ought to see it.
He doesn't know where we are, does he? He won't be able to find us here.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. If he had the slightest idea where you were, he wouldn't be writing to us, would he?
You won't let him find us, will you?
We're doing our best, and it's been good enough so far.
So what do we do now?
Well, now that we know that Trevor is issuing threats like this, it clearly keeps you on the at-risk list.
We have to go somewhere else.
I can't see any reason to move you under the present circumstances.
Where did he write from?
Didn't put an address, but it was postmarked Felixstowe. Maybe he's got a job on a ship and he'll sail out of your life forever.
I hope it sinks.
Max, you're supposed to be in the States.
Yeah, I know. We've been trying to ring you.
Has something happened to Thomas?
Oh, no, he's fine, honestly. We just decided to come back early, that's all. So, how did it go in London?
Fine, mate. So, why did you decide to come back early?
I bet you're famished. Would you like a cup of tea?
No, thanks. I had something on the train. So, why?
Job went well, then?
Yes, we've finally secured the contract. It'll mean quite a few trips down to London. Well, how was America?
Oh, well, you know, just like America, really. Lots of Americans.
Max, there are 3 children in our back garden.
Yes, I know.
Does Susanna know you got Matthew and Emily here?
Well, not directly.
What on earth have you done?
Well, I've spoken to the boyfriend, Andrew, and he said... Well, most of what he said doesn't bear repeating. Anyway, basically, he said that Susanna's on her way here.
You haven't kidnapped them?
Well, they didn't seem to mind. They saw it as one big adventure.
Oh, look at you. Just when we thought we got everything settled, you look exhausted.
I didn't panic or anything. I just sort of did it without thinking. It was stupid. Sorry.
Oh, come here. What are we going to do with you?
You expecting someone?
Not that I know of.
I'll get it, eh? Woman. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Well, I was just passing, you know. Why aren't you at university? I'm not cheering you. Well, what you want, anyway? I was wondering why Bev hadn't turned in today. You know, I thought she might be sick or something.
Oh, right.
Well, she wasn't feeling well earlier on, like.
You been here all night?
No.
I hope you're not taking advantage of Bev just because she's got a decent flat.
No.
Well, what are you doing here anyway? You know, you hardly know her. You shouldn't be here.
She doesn't mind.
Who is it?
It's the slave driver. He wants to know why you're not in work. I told him you weren't feeling too well.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to have a bath.
I've got a project to hand in before my lecture.
Would you like to come in for a coffee, Mr. Dixon?
No, thank you very much. Don't want to interrupt anything, do I?
You know, look, come on in, I won't be long. Don't you want to come in?
What's he doing here?
He's my boyfriend.
Boyfriend? You've only got him on the rebound since me and you finished.
He's as close to you as I could get. Why don't you just come in and I can explain?
I don't know.
Please?
I don't want to come in while he's here, do I? I want to talk to you alone.
He's going now.
I don't want to be late. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, ta-ra.
Look, why don't you just come in?
Yeah. Don't know if I want to now.
I want you to.
Max, I reckon Susanna's arrived. He's inside.
Where are they?
Susanna, no, I know exactly what you're going to say.
I want my children.
Listen, please, and let me explain.
I want my children.
Susanna!
They're in the garden playing with Thomas. They're fine, obviously.
I hate you for this. Never in my life did I ever think I'd hate you. Until now.
Listen, it was you that took the children in the first place, taking them off to America without me having any say in it.
You've plenty to say about it.
I don't count, do I? Don't count in any of this.
Yes, you do.
She's going to take them back with her, isn't she?
Come on, you must have known all along that would happen. Where are the children's clothes, please? Upstairs.
Look, I want to talk to you.
You didn't bother to talk to me when you stole the children.
I did not steal the children!
Did I give you permission to take them away? Now go upstairs and get the children's things, please.
No.
Yes.
No, Patricia!
You've got no idea what you put me through, have you? What do you think I felt? I got back to the hotel looking forward to seeing Matthew and Emily, and what do I get? A note on reception saying take the children back to England.
Max knows it was a stupid thing to do. He's been worried sick ever since he got back.
And so he should be. Do you know, I'd leave Andrew on his own on the opening night. I had to borrow money off him for the flight, and all because of you playing some ridiculous game with our children. Anything could have happened to them.
That's not fair. Look, I love them, and you know that I wouldn't harm either of them.
But it can't be doing them much good, dragging them back and forwards across the Atlantic.
Look, this kind of bickering really isn't going to get us anywhere, is it?
I'm not bickering. I'm just appalled at his selfishness.
Max, go outside, calm down, see to the children.
Can you believe what he did?
Sort of.
I want the children's things now, and then we're leaving, okay?
Upstairs, turn right.
Right then, thanks for calling round.
Pleasure. It's always good to see you.
We'll just put our minds at rest now. We don't have to move from here.
I hope you all feel you can begin to relax here now.
That'd be nice, yeah. Do you want me to walk round to the bus stop with you?
No, I'll be fine, thanks. Bye then.
Bye-bye.
See you in a minute, Mum. I'm just going for some chocolate.
Well, don't be too long. It'll be dark soon.
Can I walk round with you?
Yes, that would be nice. So, are you settling into the area and the school?
Not bad.
How about you? Is everything all right?
I suppose so. Wish I could see my dad again, though.
Well, that's a bit difficult, isn't it? You don't know where he is for a start.
I was dead pleased when he was here for my birthday.
Your dad's not been here to see you, has he?
Oh, yeah. For weeks now, though.
Oh, right. I hadn't realised.
I wish he'd come back. Couldn't you get him to come back, Mrs. Shackleton?
Come on. Hadn't you better go and get your chocolate?
I can't believe you've had our Mike round here.
Are you jealous of him?
Jealous of him? I was, yeah.
Max said you'd been to see Dee Dee. Said she came out all upset.
Yeah? Yeah, I went round to see her. Listen, I didn't come round to talk about Dee Dee. I wanted to talk about us.
We're not us anymore, though, are we? You dumped me.
I wish I hadn't. Honest, I can't believe I was that stupid. Now I come round and you've got our Michael in here.
Why did you finish with me?
I was all screwed up about this Dee Dee being sick business. I thought it was my duty to go back to her. Now it looks as if I needn't have bothered. Looks as though we've lost each other anyway. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me.
I didn't want you to dump me.
And I wish I hadn't, honestly. Just wish I hadn't said what I said to you. I've lost you and all now, though, haven't I?
Do you know why Mike came round?
I know what it looks like.
To keep me company. I was missing you, that's why.
You were missing me?
Yeah, I was. Still am. It's nice in here.
Yeah. You look like someone out of an advert.
There's room for two.
Come on, Bev. I'm still all confused here about you and our Michael.
I'm not that interested in Mike. Especially now you tell me how you really feel. I can squeeze you in.
Well, both of us in there.
Why not?
How about our Michael? He won't be coming back, will he?
I'm not interested in Mike. It's you I want.
Do you really mean that, Bev?
Yeah, I do. Don't know why. Just know.
All right, Terry, didn't expect to see you in here. Thought the Swan was more your style.
Yeah, but I thought I had more chance of copping off in here. Mind you, it isn't exactly overflowing with talent, is it?
What about that Polish one over there? She's on her own.
She can have me if she wants me.
Well, you could do worse, couldn't you? Hey, listen, I heard that Kent's been sniffing around.
Yeah, well, he's been promoted, hasn't he? He's full of himself.
He's been up to see you, hasn't he?
Yeah, asking the same old things about Sue and Danny.
What things?
Oh, same things as before.
Why doesn't he just leave it alone, eh?
Hey, she's fit, that Anna, isn't she?
How did he get to find out about Fran and Stephen, Terry?
Well, Fran sent me some photographs of them both.
What? Photos of Fran and Stephen?
Yeah, and when Kent was up in the flat, he saw one.
You never told me she'd been in touch, sir.
Yeah, but she was just letting me know that they were all right.
And did she say Stephen was all right?
Yeah, I said he was great.
And did she say where they were living?
Well, what do you think? I mean, what's it to Kent anyway if you have had a baby to Fran?
Oh, I don't know. I can't work these busies out. He said he knew all about Sue and Danny, though. He said he knew all about Mita.
Yeah, well, you're still walking free, aren't you?
He's got no proof, has he?
I think I could be on here.
You haven't said anything, have you, Ter?
Ah, don't worry, you can still walk the streets free. You don't have to get off to Spain and nothing. I've said nothing. Hey, she keeps looking over here. I think this could be my lucky night.
Terry, listen, any chance of a look at them photos sometime?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right. He's looking great, isn't he? He's growing up as well. Not me.
Yeah, we are. See you in a bit. All right. You on your own?
Oh, well, actually...
Oh, wait, don't worry. I'm not drunk. And you know I'm not a weirdo. I was just wondering if you wanted a drink. Can I buy you a drink?
No, it's okay. I'm just buying one.
Oh, all right.
Jimmy, look, you sort that out over there for us now. It's going to be so everyone's looking. It's okay. Do you know...
He's out of order. He's out of order.
Oh, it's all right. Look, Terry's just steaming into some fella's bed, right? So Jimmy's gone over to throw him out.
Barry, that guy's paying good money just to have Anna on his arm. You're not throwing him out.
What do you mean, on his arm?
She's his escort, Dumbo.
I've told you I didn't want anything like that going on in this club.
I'm trying to make us some money, that's all. Now go and call Jimmy off.
You're pimping out of my club.
You won't even have a club unless you can come up with 25 grand, will you?
I don't believe you. You're using this as a takeaway brothel and using women off the close.
She's almost finished getting their things together. I offered to help, but she wasn't very receptive.
Look,
I want you two to remember that I love you both. And Thomas more than anything in the world. And I don't want you to forget that, all right? And I want you to remember me every night in your prayers, all right?
Joe, that was a very awkward situation for me.
It was only a misunderstanding.
It was embarrassing with people staring like that.
What's there to be embarrassed about?
Going out with men for nothing.
It's a job, that's all. You just get on with it.
It's very difficult for me in here with so many people that I know.
Listen, who's important here? You are. You need money, you're earning money.
But I meet these people every day on the close, the parade of shops.
So what? You're living your own life. If you choose to earn money through an escort service, it's your decision.
Oh, I don't know what to think now.
Think for yourself. If people have got a hang-up about what you do, it's their problem, not yours.
I suppose so.
You're earning good money.
Better than most jobs I've had.
Well then, don't let a minor upset get in the way. Look, it's happened now, but you can forget it, okay? Yeah?
I think so.
That's better. Don't leave the client on his own for any longer.
You mad, you?
Mad for you. Say cheese.
Hey, I'll cheese you in a minute.
Smile.
Hey, you're not getting me best side here, you know. Look.
Looks good from where I am. Oh, gorgeous muscles.
Yeah, way. Are they?
Gorgeous chest.
Yeah, you can just see me making page 3, can't you? Of the Grocers Weekly.
I can just see the headlines. Sexy shopkeepers' nights of passion.
Hey, hope there's no film in that thing.
Close your eyes and you might get something you like.
Oh, yeah?
Go on.
I don't trust you.
Close your eyes.
That's everything.
Listen, I want to say something.
Save it for your solicitor. Matthew, Emily, go and get your coats. Say goodbye to Patricia.
Bye-bye.
And your father.
Say goodbye, Thomas.
Bye.
Susanna, please.
As soon as the children have got over this and I've seen my solicitor, we'll be going back to America next week. And there'll be 3,000 miles of Atlantic between us, and as far as I'm concerned, if it was 300,000 miles, it still wouldn't be enough. Go on now, out to the taxi.
You must at least give me the right to see them before you go back.
The right?
Yes.
You've just blown all your rights. They'll tell you that in court. All your so-called rights to access or weekend visits or any contact whatsoever, you've just lost them completely. And never mind just losing your legal rights and your moral rights. From this moment, you've just lost your kids. Forever.
shop a reek of chips all afternoon?
You know what? I'm starving. Must be all that exercise I got round at yours last night, eh?
Yeah, well, you had enough energy to get up and go home afterwards, didn't you?
All right, Dad. All right, son. You okay? Yeah. Well, Michael took it all right then, eh? Being binned off. Take it you didn't tell him he was being dumped because you and me were back on.
I didn't tell Michael anything, seeing as I've no intention of dumping him yet.
Hey, hang on. Where does that leave us?
You got heartburn again?
Yeah, I thought I was hungry. But then again, I thought I was tired enough to go to sleep when I went to bed last night. Sorry.
I still can't believe what I did. Me, a supposedly rational human being, and I go and kidnap my children.
Oh, I can't pretend it wasn't.
Stupid.
Yeah, I know. Then again, it seemed crazy to be having a holiday in the same country and not seeing Matthew and Emily.
So you made a little detour from Florida to Boston.
And then when I saw the children, when it came to leaving them with Susanna and her boyfriend, something just snapped. Next thing I knew, I was on a plane back home with them, leaving Susanna with the perfect excuse of keeping my children away from me for good.
She may just have threatened that in anger.
No, not Susanna. Idle threats ain't her style.
She said when she's going back to the States with them.
Friday. You know, if I could have only turned back the clock one miserable week. A week ago, all I faced was not seeing Matthew and Emily for a year. Now she can stop me from seeing them ever again.
Dear, oh dear. We really are scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't we? Have you tried down the back of the sofa in the office? You might come across the odd 5 pence.
I'm just realising one of my assets. Not that it's any of your business.
Half my business at present. Be a different story, though, if my partner can't come up with the money that we need to keep the club open.
Oh, I'll get the money.
25 grand? It'd take more finding than just flogging Jimmy's motor. He does know you're selling his precious perk, doesn't he?
You will do when I tell him.
Oh, that'll please him.
Have you suddenly become interested in Jimmy's welfare, have you?
Not really. All I care about is that this place stands to be bankrupt by Friday.
Friday? I thought you said we had another couple of weeks at least.
That was before I took another look at the books. Friday, Barry, or I find another partner. One that doesn't have to go searching down the back of the sofa for coppers.
Oh, well, it's going to be that easy, is it? To find someone with 25 grand.
Oh, don't you worry about that, Barry. People are queuing up to take your place.
Hiya. What are you doing back?
I'm due back today. Anyway, I live here, I think.
I mean, you just don't see, do you? I mean, I want to be with you, but I don't want to be treated like some bit on the side.
You're not...
No, Michael makes me feel as if it's not just one thing. I mean, he takes me out, he talks to me. Well, it's more of a relationship. It's more romantic.
Who are Michael? Romantic? He's about as romantic as a crop of cold sores.
Laugh at me. Go on, laugh at me, because I need someone to be there when I wake up in the morning. I need someone to make more of a commitment than you're willing to.
Look, Bev.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, love. You all right? But our Michael is the last one to look to for commitments. He probably thinks it's a filling. And anyway, he shouldn't be...
What? Sleeping around with the likes of me? Oh, talk about double standards.
Bev, all I'm saying is our Michael is young. Chances are he won't stay with you for more than 5 minutes anyway.
Well, at least he occasionally stays the night. You're not even willing to make that much of a commitment, are you?
Did Barry say what he wanted to see you about?
No, he just said soon as pos and sounded a bit stressed. Aren't we all?
Well, try not to worry too much, darling. Susanna might not go through with the threat of stopping you seeing the children. Not when she's had time to calm down a bit.
I wouldn't bank on it. See you later.
Bye. Hi, how are you?
Okay, and you?
Fine.
Thought to do fish tonight. Brain food for Beth.
Heaviest week of her A-levels.
It's a stressful time. How's she bearing up?
Well, to be honest, I'm just amazed at how calm she manages to stay. Though I say it myself, she's a lot stronger than most her age.
Haven't seen your husband around for a while. Has he gone for good? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. It's just Mum and Dad said he'd gone away.
Taking my name in vain, daughter?
Dad, I was just saying, well, haven't seen Mandy for a while. Not since your housewarming do.
That was the fun part. Now begins the serious business of fixing up and furnishing. In this case, about 10 times more packaging than furniture. I wondered if I could borrow your car. Take some of that lot down to the council tip.
I'll get you the keys.
I better be going. I've got an appointment in town. See you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Is it me, or does that woman always seem rather, I don't know, jumpy?
Yeah, I suppose so. But then I'm getting rather used to having jumpy people around me these days.
Mac's still worrying about the consequences of shanghaiing the kids, eh?
Yeah, he's terrified Susanna's going to use it to stop him ever seeing the children again.
Well, it was a pretty stupid thing to do, but then Matthew and Emily obviously mean an awful lot to him. Enough to actually drive him into snatching them back from America.
Maybe if I'd realised just how much they meant to him, he wouldn't have felt the need to do anything so drastic. Well, frankly, Dad, I was just glad to be seeing the back of Susanna.
How's that, love? I mean, I can understand that having an ex-wife around could be a bit untidy, but Susanna wasn't particularly troublesome, was she?
I've always been jealous of her, Dad.
Understandable, but hardly justifiable. Max obviously thinks the world of you.
Which is why I should stop being so stupidly insecure about Susanna and start realising that Max is entitled to love his children no matter who their mother might be.
Quite.
Didn't realise the club was going through such a thin time.
Well, neither did I until Joe Allsall threw the boots at me last week. Not that they've ever made any sense to me.
Well, I think your best bet is to take Joe Halsall up on her offer and dissolve the partnership.
Well, it's not so much an offer as a threat. That's if I don't come up with the 25,000 by Friday.
But why would you want to stay in? If the club is doing so badly, why don't you get out? Otherwise, you could be liable for outstanding debts.
Because sooner or later, this place is going to take off, and it's half mine, and I want it to stay half mine.
Well, if you want to get your hands on some capital, the obvious way to do it is sell the shops.
Oh, no way. I'd never sell the shops.
The problem is trying to get your hands on the cash very quickly.
If I could just get some of it together, just enough to keep the supplies off me back, then I could get the rest in later. Like, with a rent increase.
Rent increase? You don't mean the shops?
Well, why not?
I don't think the tenants would be expecting it, and anyway, they haven't been
Well,
given
and
any
seeing as you're the managing agent, you can give them the glad tidings, eh, Max?
Thanks for coming in. We need to talk. But first, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to hang on. A woman and 3 children needing emergency shelter.
Still no shortage of custom, then?
Unfortunately not. Still one of the few expanding industries.
Well, she's come to the right place to get help, whoever she is.
So you do feel we at the charity can be of help, as in your case?
Well, you know I do. I couldn't be more grateful, the hostel places, the house you've given us at Brookside Close.
Then perhaps when I come back, you'll be able to explain why you've chosen to throw all the years of support we've given you back in our faces.
Peter, have you got any more trips to Dusseldorf planned?
No one.
The beer's sound. Can't be bad, can it? All expenses paid in 3 weeks of this stuff.
That's a full duty-free allowance as well. And it's supposed to last a year. And for your information, a management placement course does mean you have to work as well.
Well, I thought there'd be a catch. Well, at least this hasn't changed while I've been away. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, but Keith's got this sound idea for painting all the windows out with this stained glass effect.
No chance. The early Oxfam look you give them the lounge is quite enough, thank you. And I know I'm only the landlord, but I did ask you to leave things as they were while I was away.
Well, we have, structurally. We just sorted some of the more obvious symbols of conspicuous consumerism. Well, I thought you'd approve with your radical background.
That's before I approved of selling this place. If I look at these bills, the running costs haven't improved while I've been away.
Hey, Anna, tell them how you've joined the moneyed classes. You know, your new jobs. Jobs?
Well, neither of them are up to much. Keith helped me get one of them. It's at his art college.
Yeah, and the models, you know, for the art classes. It's very respectable, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Well, what's the other jobs?
Oh, it's just a bar job at a hotel in town. Actually, I'm thinking of giving it up soon. It's just not the way I choose to earn a living.
Well, at least you are earning a living, eh?
It's good stuff, this.
And being illegal, you haven't got many options, have you?
No, I suppose not.
Listen, I met this guy from Manchester on the management placement. I mentioned my hypothetical friend who wanted to get married to someone so she could live legally in England. He seemed quite a nice bloke.
I don't suppose he'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of his heart.
No, he wasn't quite that nice. He said he'd do it for about £4,000. Wants to buy a new car.
£4,000. Where am I supposed to get that kind of money?
Sorry, I can't oblige. Still, you are earning. It's a start. Does it pay well?
The money's the only good thing about it. Still, I'd have to do it for a very long time to save £4,000.
It is a means to an end, though, isn't it?
You've run out of bog rolls again. I'm just going to the shop. Need to speak to me dad anyway. Do you need anything?
No, I'm going around there myself later anyway. So, have I missed much while I've been away? Any more drunken, disorderly clashes round at the Jordashes?
Well, Bet's our fella seems to have gone. It's been dead quiet.
What happened to the pond Beth was digging?
I don't know. I think she changed her mind.
Oh, well, better let my checkbook loose on a few of those bills.
All right then, Rigby. Get to it.
Good job somebody does. We wouldn't have a roof over our heads, would we?
I was thinking about leaving the Legion early tonight. Nip round to the flat.
Nah, I think I might have an early night.
Well, suppose that means you'll be seeing our Michael then, does he?
Not necessarily. See ya.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, Dad?
You never had that, Polly.
Uni. You give it a rest, eh?
Is that enough?
I suppose so.
Right, are you going to see me mum tonight?
There's no point, is there? Not when she doesn't want to see me.
Well, you've got to keep trying, haven't you? She seemed all right the other night. She wasn't as depressed and that. And, Dad, if you don't go and see her, she's going to think you don't want to see her.
Michael, of course I want to see her, son. But if my staying away means that she's going to get better quicker, then I'm all for it.
Well, how come she doesn't want to see you?
Well, I don't know, do I? I mean, you know, it's just part of her being depressed. I mean, I don't like it, but what can I do? Yeah, take it out, eh?
Right. So?
You off out tonight, then?
Yeah, well, I'm only going to see me mum. Might go round to Bev's later, though. See how I feel.
So, OK, this bar job may not be up to much, but it's got to be better than delivering newspapers and free sheets for a pittance.
Maybe.
And then you can save up for Mr. Green Card. I'll marry you, and you can live legally ever after.
You make it sound so very easy. Look, Peter, I've got to make an appointment to get my hair trimmed. I'll catch up with you in a minute.
Are you home for dinner tonight, or are you working?
I don't know. I'll give the hotel a ring and see if they need me.
I was hoping I'd see you, and you're most definitely needed. Not necessarily tonight, but sometime this week. If you're interested. It's the client you escorted last week who wants to see you again.
I don't know.
He pays well. All you have to do is give him a ring and say what night you want to meet him at the club.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I'm so near to here. That's the man who took me back to his hotel.
Look, he didn't pressurise you into anything, did he? Did he ask you to stay the night?
Yes. But I didn't. I came straight home.
Well, if you don't need the money...
No, wait. I'll do it.
Give him a ring any night this week and tell him what night you want to see him at the club. He'll be delighted to hear from you.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. So then, Mandy, when did your husband first get in touch with you?
Trevor?
He didn't. We haven't seen him for, well, since he went to prison.
Don't lie to me, Mandy. Or are you saying your daughter Rachel was lying to me? when she mentioned seeing her father only weeks ago.
All right, but I can explain.
Whatever the explanation, you do know this means we'll have to move you from the safe house.
No.
You haven't really given us any choice. You know how short of funding we are. We can only provide safe houses for women who genuinely don't want their husbands to find them.
But I didn't want Trevor to turn up.
Then why keep from us the fact that he had? Are you still in contact with him?
No.
You abused our trust, Mandy. You do owe us some sort of explanation. Did you let Trevor know where to find you?
God, no. I don't know how he found us. I didn't want to let him in, but he kept coming back. He really made me believe he'd changed, and Rachel wanted a dad.
So you let him move back in. And did he hit you? I don't have to be psychic, Mandy. Men like Trevor never change. I thought you'd come to understand that.
I know, I should have known, I know I should.
What I don't understand is why. If Trevor had already traced you, he wrote to us saying he was determined to find out where we were hiding you.
All right, so he didn't. Trevor didn't write the letter, I did. But only because you were going to make us leave the house because you thought we were safe from him.
Lies and forgery. And after all that, you having to leave the house is exactly where you're back to.
Please, I'm sorry I lied.
And I'm sorry you didn't see fit to put your trust in us. But that's not really the issue now. The fact is that now that Trevor's discovered your whereabouts and still constitutes a threat, we have to move you on for your own safety.
No, you can't. You can't move us. Trevor's gone for good, I swear to you.
Please, Mandy, calm down. How can you be so sure he won't come back?
He just won't. Please, Mrs. Shackleton, please let us stay there. I'll do anything. I'm begging you not to make me move the girls again, not when for once in their lives they're settled.
I'll do my best for you. The trustees have the final say. The houses are in short supply and there's no shortage of needy cases. In the end, we can only protect those who want to be protected. We have to be able to trust you, Mandy.
Please, they have to let us stay.
I'll try my best, but we'll just have to see, won't we?
Well, it seemed a shame to be in the area and not pop in.
Well, I could have lived with it. So what you want?
Well, you can call it my attempt at community relations.
I found it in the bedroom.
How nice to have such considerate neighbours. Not that I've been allowed much reading time lately. Not since we moved in.
Oh, Mum been cracking the whip again.
You could say. Still haven't had time to move my radio equipment, let alone pop round to ask you and Max about the greenhouse.
Ask us what about the greenhouse?
Well, since you don't use it, I wondered if I might.
Hello.
Hi, you're early.
Couldn't concentrate. Thought I'd take the afternoon off.
Lucky old you. Back to slave labour for some of us.
Well, I suppose I should have stayed in the office. Not fair getting under your feet. Especially when you've got this big new account.
Oh, I'm staying pretty well on top of it at the moment. And there are more important things. I'm trying to stop you worrying yourself silly over this business with Susanna and the children.
I keep trying to imagine never seeing Matthew and Emily ever again. And, might well come to that.
Well, I'm not sure. It might be that we could work something out. If Susanna was agreeable.
To what?
The idea of a compromise. If she were to let Matthew and Emily stay here for 3 months, would you be happier about letting them go to the States for the rest of the year?
Yes, but
I'd hope we look after them.
I thought you were dead against it, and there's your work. And you did say that you wanted a baby of our own.
I do. But I'd be insane to try for one in the next few months. I'm far too busy.
Well, I suppose that between you, me, Margaret, and your mum and dad, we ought to be able to cope with 2 extra children for 3 months.
And it would have to be only for 3 months, Max. After that, I would want it to go back to being just you, me, and Thomas. And his little brother or sister.
Yeah, I understand. No, really, I do. And I do appreciate what this must be costing you, offering to do this for me.
Cheap at the price if it means we can go back to being happy.
Maybe Susanna would even agree to 3 months with us, then 3 months in the States, and then back to us again for 3 months. That would be the perfect compromise.
Max, we do still have to persuade Susanna to agree to any sort of compromise at all.
Oh, yeah. That minor detail.
So I suggest you go in, ring her, and invite her over.
Really?
Preferably while I'm still in this selfless mood. See if she's willing to try and sort things out. Because if she goes back on Friday with things as they are, you won't stand any chance of seeing your children again.
Whatever Susanna says, thanks for this. I love you.
I thought you'd be gone.
Anyway, must get on. Got to get the club ready for opening.
Yep. Judy calls.
Oh, and that's your duty, is it? Hassling innocent club owners.
Yeah, well, you know about innocent, don't you, Barry? Oh, and by the way, I hear your days of a club owner are coming to an end.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see, eh, Kent?
Yeah. We'll see. I know what you are and I know what you did, and I don't like child murderers walking free. Now, I might be too late to get you on that one, but I'll get you on some other crime. You can be certain of that, I swear. I'll make your life a misery.
Max. Forgot to ask you, how'd your American holiday go?
I cut it short. Brought Matthew and Emily home without their mother's permission.
You what? It's a bit drastic, isn't it, Max?
Well, you were the one who suggested snatching them in the first place.
Me? Was I? Well, look, if you suggested it, I didn't really think that you'd go through with it, you know.
I wish to goodness I hadn't now. Going home right this minute to meet Susanna. Try and talk her out of her stopping me from seeing them ever again.
Yeah, well, listen, before you go...
I've posted those rent increase letters.
Oh, right. Is that why you're getting off before they come out? But listen, that isn't going to solve my financial crisis, is it?
Not to the tune of 25 grand, no.
So, I was thinking about the Spanish flat you sold me and how much I'd get for it on the market right now.
Well, seeing as you got a bargain in the first place, I suppose you might make 9 or 10 grand. But look, I don't know anybody in the market. Well, maybe.
Well, come on, Max. Anything's to stall you also.
A builder chap, Oscar Dean. But I did only hear it secondhand about his wife wanting a holiday home or something. I'll ring him before the day's out and I'll get back to you, all right?
Max, make it today, eh?
Room 226, please. No, he's not answering. No, I'd rather he didn't call me here. I'll try again later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Is that thing still blocked? Like that this morning before I went to uni. I get the yellow pages, eh?
Well, getting a plumber would be expensive.
Well, what isn't? This place is a money pit. I may as well just dig a hole and pour my money into it.
Here we go. 24.
Just find the nearest. It'll be cheaper.
All right. See if my old fella can help. And anyway, it's rent day Friday. You should be quitting with Anna paying, now that she's working.
I know you've been having to subsidise me recently, but this job I've been doing, I'm not sure whether it's going to be long-term.
Look, Anna, we'll call it quits up to now, but if you could just chuck the odd bit of rent my way, it really would be a help. Unless, of course, you really can't stand to do this job, in which case
No, of course I can stand to do it. It's a means to an end, as you say. I'll give them a ring and see if they want me to work tonight.
Here.
Max, you are ready for the possibility of Susanna not being prepared to go back to the States without her children, aren't you?
No, not really. But I'm sure we'll be able to make her see reasons.
How are you two? Come on in.
No, listen, Thomas is playing upstairs. Do you want to go up?
Yeah! Thomas!
Oh, have a seat.
Yes, good of you to come.
I'd say so after the way you behaved.
Oh, well, if you're going to take that attitude.
Come on, you two. There's no point in this unless you can talk about what's best for your children. They're what matters, aren't they?
OK, tonight then. No, I'd rather we didn't meet at the club again. I'll come to your hotel room. OK, fine, thank you. Bye-bye.
I don't suppose that was a plumber, was it?
No, I was ringing the hotel to see if they wanted me to work tonight.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, well. Just think of the money, eh?
Patricia and I have been talking, and we've come up with a possible compromise to this whole mess. No, please, listen. We were wondering whether you'd be prepared to let us have Matthew and Emily for 3 months.
Why should I? And anyway, I thought Patricia didn't want them.
Not didn't want exactly. I just wasn't sure it was the right thing for Matthew and Emily.
But now we've discussed it properly.
And I realise how much they mean to Max. I'd be more than willing to have them here.
It would, of course, mean you could treat your first 3 months in America as a sort of holiday.
You and Andrew would have more time to spend together.
Well, I'm not sure.
And I promise absolutely there'd be no hassle about you having Matthew and Emily back again at the end of the 3 months. Unless, of course, you wanted a turn-and-turnabout basis, 3 months with us, 3 months with you in America, etc.
Don't get carried away, Max. I'm not sure how I'd feel about bouncing Matthew and Emily back across the Atlantic to you for another 3 months.
But you would at least consider letting us have them for the initial 3?
No, it's all right. You two keep on talking. I'll take it in the kitchen. Hello? Oh, Margaret, can you just hang on a sec? Give him a break, Susanna. I know he's been a dope, but he really does love Matthew and Emily. For their sakes, call off the lawyers. Try and work out something sensible between you. Right, Margaret, what's the problem?
I may as well. I'd be lucky to get as able an advocate on my side.
Does that mean you agree? Oh, that's, Thanks, Susanna.
But if there is any problem with Matthew and Emily coming back to me to America after the 3 months are up...
No, I promise, my word of honour. Well, I could go back to the hotel with you if you like. Help you pack their things. Darling, Susanna's agreed. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Look, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to go now to London. Yet another crisis. Not to mention blackmail, come now or you lose the account. There's a flight from Manchester, so I've just got to put some stuff in an overnight bag and then I'll pick Margaret up on the way.
Well, I may as well go.
I'll run you to the airport.
No, you two stay. Sort out details. I'll drive to the airport. Thanks, Susanna. We really will take great care of Matthew and Emily.
I'll just say goodbye to Patricia. So, make yourself at home.
Look, as soon as I get my A-levels out of the way, we can start thinking about what we're going to do if the charity do move us.
Sounded more like when they'd move us, according to what Mrs. Shackleton said. And then what? Couldn't leave things as they are.
Well, we might have to.
Well, whatever we do needs to be soon.
All right, Mick, throw us on a Manhattan, will you, mate?
Aye, certainly, sir. That be with anchovies or arsenic?
Listen, I didn't exactly expect you to be happy about the rent increase, but...
Me, Baz? I'm ecstatic. You know, if it wasn't Drinkwise Day and the fact that I'm flat broke, I'd be out there now with Marianne giving it the old champagne knees up.
Yeah, all right, Mick, I get the message.
Still, stops me getting cocky, doesn't it? I mean, just for a minute there, just for one glorious minute, I very nearly kept my head above water.
Well, as long as you don't try and get your own back by opposing a drink licence in the club when it comes up for renewal.
No, that's up for renewal, is it? Snookered there as well, aren't I? I mean, the club closes and I lose a customer that tracks in here. It stays open and my kids stay awake all night on account of the noise.
Yeah, we've all got our problems, Mick, haven't we?
Well, well, well. If it isn't Count Dracula himself. Sucked any more shop tenants dry today, have we?
Look, Ron, you can jump up and down all you like, but it won't make any difference, will it?
You can't go bunking rents up, though.
I just have. And if you look at your agreement, you'll see that I can.
But why, Baz? I mean, we're already paying a fair whack, and it's not like we're getting any more for our money, is it?
Well, let's just say times are hard, eh, Mick?
Yeah, harder for some than others, eh? And, hey, don't you think that I won't be calling the shop tenants meeting about this? Mick?
Look, Ron, you can please yourselves, but like I've told you, it won't make any difference.
Do you know what? It's not governments that have sucked businesses dry. It's fat cat landlords like you.
Oh, there's no need to do that.
I don't mind. Then I better get Matthew and Emily back to the hotel. Pack up their things and explain to them what'll be happening.
Well, I'll tell you what, we could do that together. We could all have supper here.
Fine by me.
I really do appreciate you letting me have them for part of the time, you know. It's important to me.
As I've said before, Max, you could have them all the time. As long as I was part of the package. You and I weren't such a disaster together.
No, I know. I do remember the good times. But I do love Patricia.
I realise that. It's obvious how much you love the children. But none of that resolves the question of you and me. Does it?
I'm not sure what you're saying.
I'm just saying that there are no rules about how many people you can love at one time, Max. In the end, it's a question of doing whatever makes you the happiest, with whoever makes you the happiest.
Okay. All right, lad.
All right, son. Heard you had a problem.
Oh, nice one. Peter, for the sink? No, really?
Yeah, I'll do that sink for you. Nothing else to do at the moment.
I was just on my way to get ready to go out. I'll do it, Ron. Thanks anyway.
Oh, right. Well, I'll leave you to get on with it, eh? Where you off to?
Nah, nowhere special. Thought I might just go round to Bev's for a bit.
Wow. Oh, if you'll excuse the expression.
Oh, I might, coming from you.
Aye, aye. Another one out for a good night tonight, eh?
What? Oh, no, I'm just going to work.
Nice work if you can get it.
She's working at a hotel in town. I'll run you down if you like.
Oh, no thanks. I know you've got some work to do, but thanks anyway.
Yeah, true. Better get it finished. Work, eh? Who needs it?
I might be back late tonight. I might be very late.
One of them all-night clubs, is it, eh? Sounds like my type of place.
Oh, no, it's just some of the residents sometimes drink late, and, well, I might go for a drink myself after with Carol, one of the other barmaids. She lives quite near to the hotel, so, well, I might stay the night with her.
Which hotel is it?
Oh, it's just a very little one. You wouldn't know it. I better get going. Bye.
Ta-ra. And hey, don't work too hard.
Here, have another.
They always were a weakness of mine.
Yeah. I remember.
I remember you bringing a box of these ones back when we'd had a row.
For all the good it did me. Threw the box in my face and trampled the chocolates in the car.
And then you marched out in a fit of pique. And I ended up picking chocolate out of the shag pile all night.
I spent the night wandering the streets, didn't I? What else could I do? No money, no petrol in the car. For old time's sake, eh?
We'll miss you, you know. Suppose you'll be too busy having a good time with Andrew to be missing me.
I may spare you the odd thought. Seriously, what do you think about Andrew?
Well, he's all right, I suppose. For an actor. For someone I wanted to strangle the second he came on the scene.
You're jealous of Andrew?
Oh, I always knew you were going to meet someone else, but I just wasn't prepared for how I'd feel about it, really. And I don't have the right to resent you seeing someone else.
Especially since you left me for Patricia.
I know. I suppose what I really want is have you both. Can you even begin to understand that?
We all want to have our cake and eat it, Max.
Well, I don't know who that's going to be at this time of night.
Oh, hello, Barry. Come in.
Sorry to bother you, Max.
Don't think you've met Barry Grant. Barry, this is Susanna Farnham, my ex-wife.
Hello.
Oh, hiya. I didn't want to disturb you, Max. I just wanted to know if you got anywhere with that fella, Oscar Dean. You know, the one who wanted to buy the flat?
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry I meant to get back to you. Yeah, I got as far as finding out where he lived and fixing up a time for you to meet him tomorrow.
For me to meet him?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you were going to do it, Max, through the estate agents.
Well, of course I can. But if you want to pay the fees, I thought in the circumstances that you might want to handle it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Right. I owe you one, Max.
By the way, don't mention it to anybody in the estate agency business that I recommended do it yourself.
God, no. The ultimate in drumming out offences.
Anyway, he's a nice guy, and, oh, the time's there. It's written down when you want to meet him, so, hope something comes of it.
Thanks again, Max. I'll leave you two to it then, eh?
Let me know how it goes.
Ta-da.
What colourful company you keep these days?
At the moment, he's playing club balls, trying to keep his partnership in a nightclub he's got half sharing. Anyway, what's fine as a drop of brandy to finish our coffee with, eh?
It's finished. Oh, and anyway, I have to get back to the hotel.
Well, time for another coffee, though. Could make some fresh.
Well, I don't know. What the hell?
Oh, thanks a lot, Jean. That's a lovely thought.
It's only the littlest bottle of cologne, just to let Dee Dee know we're thinking of her.
Yeah, well, we'll see if she gets it. Thanks.
I must have missed you leaving for this evening's visit. I knocked earlier.
Oh, no, I went back to the shop and opened up for a couple of hours. Nothing much to be at home for these days. Hey, listen, Jean, well, I just want to say that I'm sorry for kicking off at you last week about Dee Dee's shopping.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just such a pity the shop has to lie idle while Dee Dee's ill.
Yeah, you're not kidding me. And I've got to pay increased rent on it now, you know.
Well, quite. I was wondering, now that David and I are settled in the bungalow, if I couldn't manage to run the shop.
What, you mean you run the florists on your own?
Well, with minimal help, say a young part-timer, I ought to be able to cope.
Hey, that's a good idea, that, Jean. Yeah, there's bound to be some young girl who wouldn't want paying a lot.
Well, I must admit, I do enjoy my independence. And I do think, at the very least, that the taking should cover the wages, plus the shop rent, of course.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that'd be one weight off my mind.
Of course, if you'd like time to think about it.
Oh, no, hey, no, you consider me thunk. I'm very grateful for the offer.
Oh, not at all. Well, shall we say I'll open up for business as soon as possible, then?
As soon as you like, yeah, thanks a lot. That's the best news I've had all day.
Right, then.
Nice.
And it's in there, and he's scored. And that brings the score to 2-1.
So much my farewell speech to the troops.
Seems a shame to wake them, doesn't it?
I can hardly go away for 3 months without saying a proper goodbye to them.
Well, why don't you stay here? See them in the morning. I'll run you to the hotel for your things and then on to the airport.
Well, are you sure? I mean, is that a good idea with Patricia away?
Well, it's much more sensible than saying fond farewells to half-welcome children. We'll lift them into the spare bedroom, and you can have mine in my bedroom, and I'll be fine on the sofa.
Well, if you're sure.
I'll lift Matthew. You can manage Emily. After all, what else can we do?
Beth, love. Oh, I might have known. I thought I hadn't heard you come up. You promised to get to bed at a decent time tonight.
Just this last bit to revise.
Well, at least you've got your A-levels out of the way if they do make us move. Of course, that still leaves us with the other problem.
Things in the garden are just going to have to stay as they are.
If we do have to move from here, the next people could start messing about with the garden.
Mum, we don't even know for sure when or even if we're going to have to move from here. When we do, I'll think of something.
I know you will, love. Don't know what I'd do without you. And I'm sorry to worry you with it when we should be bothered about is your exams. Hey, starting to look tired out, you know.
I'm fine, honest.
Well, don't be too late, eh?
Sneaking into the girls' dorm, Farnham.
I'm sorry. I thought I'd better take this for the morning, keep it decent.
Getting boring in your old age.
Well, I dare say I wouldn't look as good in it as your Adonis, Andrew.
Oh, dear. I've got a bad attack of jealousy.
Can you blame me? I mean, you swan in here with some young actor chap who whisks you away to exciting times in America. I can't compete with that.
You don't have to. You'll always be special to me without even trying.
better go downstairs and get some sleep, Max.
I'm glad we're friends again.
So am I.
I hate falling out with you. And I will miss you. God, so much. You know, on that flight to Boston, it was the children I was coming for, but somewhere inside, I was coming for you too. I wanted to snatch you all up and take you home. My other family.
What do you want, Max?
I want it all. The impossible. I want you to tell me that it's all right to love two people at once. Please,